You all so much. I don't think I can follow up that performance by Gavin, but I will try my best. Lake County Democrats, thank you for having me. How's everybody feeling tonight? I said, Lake County Democrats, how's everybody feeling tonight? Are we feeling blue? Are we feeling like we're gonna flip these seats blue and save this state? Well, it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here. My name's Noah Widmann. For those of you that don't know me, I'm going to briefly introduce myself. And for those of you that do know me, I'm really sorry for all the texts and emails. I'm not a typical candidate for Congress, and I'm not running in Lake County. I'm running in Seminole. But here's my story. I was raised right here in Central Florida. I really came up the way that most people running for Congress don't come up. I was in Section 8 housing with a single disabled mom raising me. My first memory was seeing EMTs save her life and do CPR on her in her living room. And after she went into a coma, my 16-year-old sister at the time dropped out of high school to raise me. Times were tough, but we were able to make it because of Social Security, because of Section 8 housing, because of food stamps, and because of free school breakfast and lunch. And after being one of the first in my family to finish high school, I immediately became a teenage dad. By the time my daughter Elizabeth was born, who's the most amazing person in my life, she couldn't be here tonight because she said it sounded boring because it's political, which I said is fine. But by the time she was born, I went from being a homeless fry cook at Sonic Drive-In to working nights for the fire department up in Marion County. I did that for close to 2 years on night shift. I did community college every morning. And time again, call to call, what I heard from people with bullet wounds or having heart attacks or in car accidents was that they were more afraid of their medical bill than they were about dying. And so that took me to a different kind of public service, and I took a gamble. When I was 20 years old, I transferred from community college to Columbia University. I moved to New York with $10 in my pocket, no blanket to sleep on, and no laptop computer to use. But I managed to graduate. I managed to be a fellow on the Biden-Harris team. Let's give a round of applause for that last administration. And I was able to earn a scholarship to Georgetown for law school. And when I was there, times were still tough. I did what I could, and I did legislative work in law school. I had the chance to do a clinic focused on legislation, particularly the Farm Bill in 2022 that never happened. Thank you, Do Nothing Congress. And I think that something that was highlighted to me then, just like it was in my childhood, was that the people in the corridors of power are not people that understand the problems that people in this room face every dang day. When I was talking about SNAP benefits, I said that we should allow single moms out there to buy a rotisserie chicken with their food stamps, because I know what a dignified meal means. My mom couldn't cook growing up. The kid next to me, bless his heart, doctor, lawyer, parents, and grandparents, he didn't know that that was a problem. And when I mentioned it was because it's a hot food, he was even more confused. And I think that that is the problem in our government, is that there's people that are not even aware these problems exist. Therefore, how can you solve them? And so that took me to even a different kind of public service. I'm proud to share that I'm an attorney for the AARP right now, and I fight for our seniors every day. But what I'm not proud to share is that it's the same problems at 3 in the afternoon that it was at 3 in the morning on the ambulance. Our seniors are being crushed right now by this administration, and that is a legislative choice. It's a legislative choice to punish the people who did everything for this country, just to help the very few. And so here's where I found myself. After long days of trying to help Vietnam veterans get their knee replacements, after trying to help grandmothers get their Social Security, and because of DOGE illegally firing people that do these jobs, our public servants, these folks were getting denied automatically because there's not people in those cubicles working. The patriots, the bureaucrats is what the other side calls them. The people that serve our country daily were illegally fired by Elon Musk, who I don't remember electing. Do you? I don't. And so I come home from a long day of this job, I turn on the news and I see that my congressman, whose job title is representative, whose job title is also a lawmaker, even though he doesn't pass laws, Corey Mills, I see that he is hurting young women, that he is an international arms dealer who serves on the Armed Services Committee and on the Foreign Affairs Committee, going on undisclosed trips to Syria to sell weapons and enrich himself, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick. So I decided to step up and run for Congress. Because I know, we deserve better. I know we do. And everybody in this room is a fighter that knows that we deserve better and that you can't count Florida out, and that this area, Central Florida, this is our future. This is the future to saving Florida, is in this room right here and right now. So here's my promise to you. I am gonna work as hard as everybody in this room to not just flip my seat, to not just see the state get better, to not just take back the House of Representatives. And one more time, who wants to take back the House of Representatives next year? Who wants to have a Congress that strengthens Social Security and Medicare? Who wants to have a Congress that's going to tackle inflation so people can afford to live, from childcare to healthcare to housing? Who's ready? And finally, who's ready to have a Congress that gets rid of the corruption we're seeing by banning stock trading, by putting term limits in place, and by making sure our elected officials are held accountable? Frankly, I know that I was born ready for that change, because the people in power were ready for people like me to die because of not making that change. Bought out politicians like Corey Mills and Dan Webster and Randy Fine, they don't give a darn about anybody in this room. So my promise to you is that we're gonna win this seat, and we're gonna make Florida what it ought to be. The Florida that when I was growing up, people like Bob Graham and Lawton Chiles and Claude Pepper long before made it. The Florida where you could work hard at your job and send your kid to a good school and know that when they're at that school, their teacher's well paid and that they're not going to be in danger. And the Florida where everybody is equal under that bright shining sun. We deserve better, and I know we're gonna do this. Please do what you can to help great candidates like Barbie and myself. I know we can do this, and I'm proud to, I don't think it's my job to introduce Barbie, but, but I'll do it anyways. You've got a heck of a candidate here in 11. Please do what you can to help her. She's gonna beat this guy, and I know that I'm gonna beat Corey Mills. Thank you for letting me speak to you, and let's win this thing.